Hello everyone, it's October, and that means spooky things are afoot. So stay tuned because we've got Google News, SEO updates, and small business questions answered coming up in this October Spooktacular! Alright everyone, thanks for watching. So let's go into it. I'm at the beautiful meadow right now of cows for October because it's fall weather. It's a little chilly out here, but that's okay. And the cows are enjoying it, so that's what's important. Let's dive into some of our this month's SEO newsletter. So this month we have a whole bunch of stuff going on. We have some great questions that I'm going to answer, so let's dive right into that SEO goodness. First off, we won a top honors, 2 major awards from expertise.com and SEOblog.com as a top SEO agency. We are very proud of that. The cows are very happy, so that's what's very important, I think. And check that out if you're interested there. So let's dive into the questions. Right here we have, thanks to all the wonderful clients and newcomers who ask these questions, every month I answer questions that are basically from clients that, as I'm going, ask me different questions about how to improve their business, how to do things online, how to rank better, how to have better SEO, how to get more clients, all that good stuff. So the first is kind of saying from Roger, who said, "Get me the leads, I'll close them." And that really sums up what we want to do. So let's go into the first question is, I have noticed that across social media ads and Google, I'm being restricted. This is common for me. What can I do? So this question was submitted by someone who's in the housing industry, and that has been very common amongst housing and investment, as well as some infrastructure, staffing job stuff. But in particular, on the 19th, Google announced that they were basically going to block housing ads. Not block full housing ads, but they were going to limit targeting of housing ads. And so basically, you know, you can appeal some of these, but most are automated using AI systems, so you might not have much luck. It's common because Google's seeing more volume and all that stuff. And what's going on is they're having a crackdown on housing because Facebook had discrimination laws, lawsuits that they had to pay a lot of money because there was discrimination going on in the housing market. So right now with Google, you can't target as you used to. You can still target fairly well, but you cannot target for age. If you're in housing or apartments, you cannot target based on age, and you cannot target by zip code. Now, you still can target like a mile around a location, so that's pretty good still. You just can't say like specific zip codes. So there are some limitations there, and that is something to be aware of that I've been working on, and I will keep everyone updated as I get more info on some of that stuff too. Great question. The next question is, what is the best online marketing strategy for my medical or healthcare practice? Google ads, social ads, LinkedIn. That's a very interesting question. So this one, I would say, you know, there's limits on healthcare. Just as I mentioned. So I get a lot of interest from healthcare practice. Healthcare practices right now are asking about ads, asking about getting back into things and that sort of thing. So these are great questions. Because of the global pandemic, Google and other platforms have limited what people who they can advertise to and all that stuff. So that is something that I'm constantly working on. I'm constantly improving because it is, you know, something to be aware of. But basically, you want to find the platform that works for you. You know, Facebook has limitations. Bing is probably the most open. You can still advertise on YouTube. So I do recommend video. video is an excellent way to do things for healthcare industries right now. And they don't have the restrictions either on that. And you can put that on LinkedIn. You can put that anywhere. So I'd look into video is my big idea there. Okay, next question. What do you think of yellow page services? Can I now cancel them now that I use Google Ads? Yeah, so my general advice would be yes, you can cancel your yellow page service ads because you'll get way more attention and interest using a Google ad through display ads, through search ads. If you have video, you can do YouTube. So yeah, you could save some money there and just kind of focus it on Google, because that Google display ads, for example, will be shown on tons of sites, from Fox Business to New York Times to ESPN, like a ton of different sites use that. So that's massive for your business. Next question is, should you upload a video to Facebook or Instagram, or just post a link from YouTube? So that's a great question. I would say that you can do either. You can post YouTube links everywhere. YouTube is so accessible. It works pretty much everywhere, with kind of the exception of Instagram. Instagram, you have to post natively. And you can either do that as a story or your feed. If you do it as a story, it's only available about 24 hours. If you do it as your feed, it's available longer, but there's actually less reach, they can say. So be aware of that. But you would actually want to post natively, because that provides the best overall experience, works the best with each platform. So if you can, post it by uploading a video to like Facebook, and then upload to Instagram, which you have to do. And LinkedIn upload. If you don't have time, you can totally post a YouTube link, and like Facebook will show, and LinkedIn will show that link maybe as a preview or something. So just test it out and see what you like. Next question is, where should I boost posts? Should I let the post run first and then boost it? So overall, I recommend using either a top post, one that is most popular, and you do that by checking out your insights on Facebook, or stats on the post itself. Sometimes give you that info, like on LinkedIn, and then see what's most popular and then boost that. So that is what I recommend. All right, next we have, what is the difference between cards and end screens? Okay, well, simple enough. A card on YouTube is at the end of the video. An end screen is at the end of the video, and it basically puts up a subscribe link and like a video link to watch a suggested video. A card is something you would put like as a link. You'll see them when you're watching YouTube videos. They'll be just like, you'll you'll just see like some advertisement.
It's not leaving the family, and that makes me feel good.
On the video. That's what an end card is basically. Very cool. Good questions. Good questions. So this month there was some news from Google. It looks like there's going to be an algorithm update. So that's kind of big. There's some interesting stuff happening for sure on that with Google. So be aware of that as your rankings might be impacted. There was also hosting matters. So cheap, inexpensive hosting, Google said, is not good. Ideally, like shared hosting. That could actually include like GoDaddy and even HostGator and some others. They say that if you use like WP Engine or Amazon Web Services, some rack space, those are more robust, and those could actually help your rankings. So kind of interesting there. The next one is that Google updates verbiage on local rankings, more good reviews now listed as a ranking factor. That's really big. So I always encourage all my customers to get rankings. That is a pro tip. Get reviews on your listings. Get them all the time. If your customer says, this was great, I loved it, then get a review from them. That helps your business so much. And bonus points, what you can do is you can actually say that the keywords in the review. So you can say best plumber, Jake's the best plumber in Columbus, Ohio, and then that will actually help your rankings when people search that. So that's kind of a little tip of how that stuff works. This is very interesting. So it's October. Soon the holidays will come and there's an election. So Google wants to block political ads after election day to avoid any interference or any confusion. So that's kind of a big deal. Facebook, I believe, is also doing this. I'm not 100% sure. But after the election, Facebook will block political ads. So kind of interesting there. And that's to avoid confusion of people saying somebody won or didn't win, whatever. This was very interesting. It said more Americans get their news from YouTube. That is fascinating. This is from Pew Research. And basically, more Americans are using YouTube as a way to get a lot of their news. Basically, they subscribe to a bunch of different channels, different news channels, organizations, and then they go onto YouTube, and YouTube is the place where they'll actually kind of digest their news. So they'll see, all the news that's going on and just kind of watch it on YouTube, which is pretty interesting, that is now a new place where people basically watch the news. So, YouTube's pretty big deal. It's the second largest search engine in the world. So that is big indeed. There is some information on the block housing discrimination that will start. The housing discrimination stuff will start on the 19th of October, officially, even though they've basically already done it. So I don't know. Maybe there's certain markets where they're just kind of, going to do more of it. I want to talk a little bit now about what customers are looking at in the future. And for this year, that means right now you should get a holiday strategy. Right now it's October. So before we know it, it's going to be November, then December. So if you're a local business, you should start thinking about a local search strategy. And it's not an ad or anything. I genuinely just think that more businesses should start thinking about what they're going to do, if they're going to advertise stuff, if they're going to do boosted posts on Facebook or, Instagram, or if they're going to do more posts. That's something that you should look at if you own a small business and have some type of strategy moving forward. Basically, I would say by October 17th, you should have a pretty firm grasp of where your strategy should be. Definitely by the end of October. And that could include, I'm going to do a couple of posts for some promotions. That also means maybe coming up with some promotions for November and for December, and start thinking about those, what you want to do. That will really help your business and to get the word out. So the more time you have, the better it is. There are some other pro tips you can check out, which are the top 99 SEO mistakes made by small businesses. That was a piece that we wrote with tons of information about basically the mistakes I've seen over the years that small businesses have made with their website or their Facebook or all different stuff like that. The next one is how to prepare your business for the new normal, right? So this kind of explains what you can do to what you should do, I guess I should say, in the modern era for your business. And a big part of it is e-commerce and getting that up to speed. If you are not ready for Christmas, for the holiday, for e-commerce, now is the time to update anything you can e-commerce wise. and get that done, because that would be really important, for the holiday. So I really hope small business will focus on that, as they have been. I mean, there have been more and more more and more businesses that have contacted me for web stuff. I mean, I've been doing so much web work right now, to improve websites and get more customers basically to their site. The next thing is this month's charity, and this month's charity is the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. Okay, so I know you know about the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. Maybe you've donated them before. Every month, Cow Abundant picks a charity to donate money to and to support. And this month, it's Mid-Ohio Food Bank. I encourage you to donate, even just something to Mid-Ohio Food Bank, because with the pandemic and stuff going on, there's so many families that need help right now. And recently, the Fed chair had a meeting, Jerome Powell, with Chairman Clyburn, who said 12% of households with children did not have enough food in the last 7 days. That's a serious statistic, and we need to get people food. They need to have food. They need to eat. And so please donate, please support those families, and support Ohio. So donate to the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, and thank you for that. And pass it around too. So some other things right here, basically some fun memes that I always love to do every month. Hopefully it kind of brightens your day, lightens your heart. And this month's theme is all about small business, is all about supporting local. So do check those out on our website. Our website is cowabundant.com. There's some pretty funny ones there. So hopefully this was fun. This was informative. I wish you the best Halloween. I wish you the best months going forward for everyone. I really hope that we can all work together and be positive. I know you will within the community. Shop local, support local, and thank you so much. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments of the video or my website or any place like that. I do check that stuff out. So just let me know, and thank you so much for watching, and be well, everyone. Like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.